You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are someone under attack from the inside. You set goals, you get excited for 2 days, and then the same inner voice shows up. Start Monday. This is not for you. You always mess this up. Most people do not get crushed by external obstacles. They lose the battle in the quiet negotiations no one else can hear. The most important relationship in your life is the one you have with yourself. And for most people, that relationship is broken. Thousands of tiny broken promises, snoozed alarms, skipped habits, quiet self-betrayals have trained your brain to stop believing your own words. When that internal trust collapses, you do not need an enemy. You become your own.
No.
If you want unstoppable progress, you do not start with more hacks. You start by building a self-sabotage firewall. Today, we are going to rewrite the narrator inside your head and rebuild self-trust at the cellular level, so you become someone your own brain can finally rely on. Your entire life is built on how often you keep promises to yourself. Every small commitment is a vote. I'll wake up at 6. I'll drink water before coffee. No social media until after deep work. When you break those promises, even in tiny ways, you are not just losing a habit, you are voting for the distracted, unreliable version of you. Over time, those votes add up. Your brain quietly concludes, we don't do what we say. Once internal trust erodes, your identity starts to collapse. You do not have a discipline problem, you have an identity problem. You are trying to change results while leaving the main character the same. You are still playing the role built on comfort, avoidance, and short-term relief. Right now, you is basically a bundle of habits, comfort zones, and automatic reactions that were never designed on purpose. This is why micro-promises matter. You start small on purpose. What you do is less important than what it proves. 1 glass of water, 1 page of reading, 1 honest bedtime. These are not just actions, they are votes. They are evidence that your words still carry weight even when nobody is watching. That evidence is how self-trust begins to rebuild. Protocol 1 is about turning you into a reliable person through boring habits. Every advanced routine you admire is built on one ultimate habit: keeping promises to yourself. All the unsexy actions, drinking water, making your bed, reading a few pages, cleaning your space, are just training your nervous system to believe when we say it, we do it. Start with your environment. Making your bed is not about aesthetics. It is your first micro win of the day, an easy, undeniable demonstration that you can start and finish something in under a minute. Your brain registers completion. It sees order. It gets proof. That micro win becomes a seed for macro discipline. Then you stack. You hydrate in the morning not because it looks impressive on social media, but because you said you would. You read for 10 minutes not to hit some arbitrary number of books per year, but to prove that you show up even when it is not exciting. You go to bed at the time you chose, not because you're obsessed with routines, but because you understand that delaying sleep is insanely expensive. Here's the mental reframe. Boring does not mean lifeless. Boring means trustworthy. Excitement is loud, inconsistent, and unstable. Consistency is quiet, predictable, and powerful, and it has horrible PR. No one claps when you close your laptop on time or choose water over soda. There is no applause when you tidy your room or shut down your phone at night. But those boring actions are exactly what change everything. Your job is to stack daily proof, one small kept promise at a time. You are building inner gravity, an internal pull that slowly drags you toward better choices simply because you have become the kind of person who finishes what they start. Your inner voice is not just commentary, it's the narrator of your entire life. You cannot live a strong story while the narrator is constantly insulting the main character. If the voice in your head keeps repeating, "You are behind, you always fail, you don't deserve this," your brain will quietly guide your behavior to match that script. Protocol 2 is the narrator shift. From this point on, every sentence you direct at yourself must either build or be replaced. You talk to yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. That doesn't mean lying or pretending things are perfect, it means speaking with respect. When you slip, the old narrator says, "Of course you messed up, this is who you are." The new narrator says, "We missed today, we're back tomorrow." This is what someone serious about their life does. Journaling becomes your mental detox. You're not writing masterpieces. You're taking the chaos in your head and dumping it onto paper so you can see it clearly. You write down what actually happened, what you felt, and what you want to do about it. At the start of the page, you might feel confused, stressed, and tangled. By the end, the knot is looser. The murky swirl becomes actual sentences you can question and challenge. This is how you stop letting your thoughts sprint around your head unchecked. You externalize them, examine them, and choose which ones survive. Over time, the inner narrator stops sounding like a heckler in the cheap seats and starts sounding like a coach on the sideline, honest, demanding, but firmly on your side. Protocol 3 is about raising the ceiling on who you believe you are allowed to become. Your life does not expand based on what is possible, it expands based on what you believe you deserve and can sustain. If your identity ceiling is low, you will sabotage anything that rises above it. Not because you're scared of success, but because your brain is loyal to its current story. You change that story on purpose. This is mind manipulation in your favor. You practice identity rehearsal. You start seeing your next version as if it already exists. Not as fantasy, but as a direction. Ask yourself, what would the me 12 months from now do right now? The version of you who is healthier, more focused, more grounded, how do they act on a random Tuesday when no one is watching? Then you declare it. Simple statements like, I am the kind of person who finishes what I start, or I am someone who keeps my word to myself are not magic spells. They are instructions. Your brain doesn't care what is objectively true, it cares what is repeated. If you flood it with the old script, I never stick with anything, it will obey. If you flood it with a new script and back it up with small actions, it will update. This is not fake it till you make it, this is train it till you believe it. You are not pretending to be someone you are not, you are rehearsing being someone you intend to become. As your identity shifts upward, your actions follow. The ceiling rises. Opportunities you used to reject start to feel normal. Behaviors you used to sabotage start to feel like home. Discipline is not endless struggle. Discipline is peace. The peace of no longer arguing with yourself every time it's time to act. When you build inner gravity and rewrite your inner narrator, you stop being the enemy in your own story. You become the person your brain can finally trust. Now the command. Stop wasting your potential by attacking yourself from the inside. Start rebuilding trust with the smallest promises imaginable. One glass of water, one made bed, one honest bedtime, one sentence you refuse to use against yourself ever again. Self-sabotage will not vanish overnight, but it will weaken every time you stack proof and change the story. If you're ready to turn your inner critic into your inner coach, choose one protocol. Proof stacking, journaling, or identity rehearsal, and lock it in today. Then drop inner coach in the comments so you can mark the exact moment you stopped negotiating with your old story and started writing a new one.